student, we have another factor which help this organism, which are angiosperm, to colonize or to live on the land very freely. And this is, we are saying that the control of evapotranspiration depending on the environment in which a particular species is adapted to live. For example, we have the xerophyte have sunken stomata. Most of them are restricted on the lower side. Kwa maana kwamba hawa organism wana uwezo mkubwa sana wa kucontrol evapotranspiration, the process of losing water through a stomata. Kwa sasa wana develop mechanism according to the place that this organism they exist. For example, we have this one organism which are called xerophyte. They possess a sunken stomata. Hii sunken stomata inawasaidia hawa organism to prevent from excessive water loss through their body. So due to that, it helps this organism to more successful to colonize within the terrestrial environment or to live within the land very freely and very good. And we have another factor which help this organism to colonize or to live within the terrestrial environment most successful. And this one we are calling, we are saying that they have cuticle, a thick waxy material covering the epidermal cells in all plant leaves. In addition, stems of monocots restrict excessive water loss. Kwa due to the presence of cuticle, inawasaidia hawa organism ambao wanapatikana kwenye division ya angiosperm wasiweze kupoteza maji kwa urahisi zaidi. A good example here we have these monocots, ambapo sasa tunasema hawa monocots kwenye the stem of the monocots they are restricted excessive water loss. Kwa maana kwamba maji hayawezi yakapotea kwa wingi zaidi kwa sababu tu wana presence of that cuticle. And cuticle tumesema kwamba this is the thick wax material that cover the epidermal cells in all plant leaves. And we know that within the plant leaves ndipo ambapo sasa stomata zinakuwepo. So due to the presence of this cuticle, help this organism to prevent excessive water loss through their body. And also, apart from that, we have another another factor which help this organism to colonize successfully within the terrestrial environment. And this is, we are saying that deciduous trees shed their leaves during dry season to reduce the rate of transpiration, hence limiting water loss. So we have a kind of organism ambao tunawaita deciduous trees. They have ability to shed out their leaves, to shed out their leaves during dry season. Kwa maana kwamba kipindi kile cha ukame maji yanakuwa hamna, tunasema hawa organism ambao wanaishi kwenye such kind of condition, they have a tendency to shed out their leaves. Wanaangusha majani yao kwa sababu kwenye majani ndipo ambapo kunakuwa na the presence of stomata. And we know that the stomata ndio ambayo ina enhance transpiration process to occur very easily. So in order to control for transpiration to occur within their body, so they shed out their leaves. Kwa wakiondoa majani kwenye their structure ndipo ambapo sasa inawasaidia to reduce the rate of transpiration and hence ina limit water loss. Kwa maji mengi hayatoweza kupotea through their body. It's due to the presence of the reduce or shed out their leaves. And also apart from that we have another factor ambayo tunasema kwamba asexual reproduction by vegetative propagation ensure rapid growth and maturity. Also, our organism not only they undergo sexual reproduction, also they undergo asexual reproduction. And they undergo asexual reproduction by vegetative propagation. We know that vegetative propagation ndiyo kind of asexual reproduction inawasaidia to ensure their continuation of food generation very easily and very fast. Kwa kutokana na hivyo tunasema kwamba inawasaidia hawa organism to colonize within the land very easily and most successfully division that colonize within the land. So my student, those are the adaptation that help this organism to colonize within the land or within the terrestrial environment very good. So compared to the next division, compared to the last division, ambapo hapa tunaongelea division Conferophyta, division Phyllosnophyta and the division Bryophyte. Kunakuwa na utofauti mkubwa kutokana na nini? Na hizo factor ambazo tumezitaja. So my student, after we have seen now all of those factors, now we are going to see the economic importance of the plant. We are going to see the economic importance of a plant. Plant have got many economic importance. So when we are saying that economic importance, we mean that both advantages and the disadvantages. So here we are going to discuss what are the advantages and what are the disadvantages of the plant. What are the advantages and the disadvantages of the plant. Tukisema plant tunaanzia kuanzia plant division Angiospermophyta. Angiospermophyta, Conferophyta, Phyllosnophyta na Bryophyta kwa ujumla wote wanakuwa na advantage gani, pia wanakuwa na disadvantages gani. So we are going to discuss it. So we are saying that plants are very important to the survival of other organisms. Kwa maana kwamba hawa plant wanasaidia sana the growth and development of other organisms. On how? Tunasema kwamba without plant our days to day life would have been impossible. Kwa sababu hawa plant ndio ambao sasa wanaproduce food. Wanaproduce food kwa maana kwamba they have a tendency of making their own food. While they are making their own food, they produce a food for their other organisms. For example, animals, different kinds of animals. They depend on food from the plant. So without plant within the land or within the earth, the life could not occur. So also we are saying that the animal's life is dependent on plant directly or on indirectly. However, there are some plant which detrimental effect to life of animals. So tunasema kwamba kutokana na hivyo animals wote they depend on food from plant. Lakini sio hivyo tu, pia kuna madhara ambayo sasa hawa plant they bring on to animals. So we are going to see all of those advantages and disadvantages, and those bring about economic importance of plant. So the following are the advantages and disadvantages of plant. The first advantage here, my student, we are saying that the advantages of kingdom plantae. Ya kwanza kabisa inasema kwamba species in this kingdom are the chief source of food for heterotrophs. They are chief producers. Kwa sababu gani tunawaita they are chief producers? Kwa sababu hawa plants wote they have a tendency of making the food to the heterotrophs. Wanatengeneza chakula kwa ajili ya heterotrophs. When we are saying that heterotrophs, meaning that organisms that depend on other organisms so that they can get in food. And a good example here is the animals. So ndo maana tunasema kwamba this plant species or this kingdom plantae, they are chief source of food for heterotrophs. So here we are saying that primary consumers such as the browsers and the grazers, depending on the angiospermophyte as their sole source of food. Likewise, human beings obtain various types of food such as vegetables, potatoes, sugar, cereals, and fruit from the plant. So unaweza ukaona kwamba even the human being, us, me and you, my student, we depend on food from the kingdom plantae. For example here, matunda. Tunapata matunda kutokana na the presence of this kingdom plantae. Tunapata nyanya kutokana na presence of this kingdom plantae. So now you can see this kingdom plantae, they are very important for the life of the heterotrophs like us human beings. So also we can say that it's concentrated in the atmosphere. So carbon dioxide is one of the greenhouse gases. Hence, it's reduced in the its reduction in the atmosphere will in turn reduce the risk of global warming. Kwa hiyo tunasema kwamba kutokana na process ya photosynthesis inayo take place inasaidia kureduce the presence of carbon dioxide within the environment, kwa sababu carbon dioxide within the environment inaleteleza global warming, joto linazidi kwenye our earth. Kwa hiyo sasa due to the presence of this organism which are plant, wanatumia ile carbon dioxide kwa ajili ya kuzalisha chakula. So now you can see this organism, they are very beneficial in our earth. And also we have another advantage, and this is they are important atmospheric purifiers due to their ability to sequester the carbon dioxide, thus reducing the concentration of carbon dioxide within the environment. Wana ile tendency ya kureduce carbon dioxide within the environment, kwa sababu carbon dioxide ambao wanayotumia wao inatumika kwa ajili ya kutengeneza chakula. Wanachukua carbon dioxide na maji, thereafter they form glucose, ATP and so on. So now you can see, ndio maana tunasema kwamba they are important atmospheric purifiers. Wana purify the concentration of carbon dioxide within the environment, so that become the importance of that kingdom plantae. So my student, after we have seen those advantages, also I would like to welcome you in the next session, is where now we are going to discuss other advantages and disadvantages of this kingdom plantae. So by saying so, this marks the end of our today's session. Thank you and bye bye.